to the OhioRAAM Show.
We didn't say who was going to start, Jim.
I can start.
Okay.
Hey, this is Jim Lawyer here, and you're watching a live episode of the OhioRAAM Show, all things ultracycling and more. How's it going, Lee?
Pretty good. Having a nice chilly week here, and so glad to that great big snowstorm went east of us. We
Definitely.
feel sorry for all the people there in New England.
Getting buried.
They really got hit hard.
Yep.
But we're here because of all the wonderful people who operate our Race Across America time stations here in Ohio. Time station 41 in Oxford, 42 in Blanchester, and 43 in Chillicothe. It's a good thing Jim puts those up there so I get it right.
No, you can remember those, Lee.
Well, that's, you know. And we want to say just a word that we also want to thank the sign man, like many of them, who puts the signs from mid-Indiana to mid-Ohio. Everybody appreciates those. And later on, we'll be telling you more about how that works and how to get one of those signs.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, we can't mail them to you or send them to you, but we might come away with an idea of how to get around that, Jim.
I think so. We'll figure something out.
Hey, Jim, you got a whole passel of news.
Bunch of updates today. Yeah, we'll start off with the.
Jim hadn't been here for a while, so he's got to get caught up.
There you go, and imagine that 2 weeks in a row I'm here, so it's a good thing.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I guess. Yeah. All right. We'll start off with the RAM entry update. We've got 6 in the 2-person category now, 17 in the 4-person, 8 in the 8-person, 45 solos this year, so it'll be great, and representing 22 countries, and that was as of yesterday, so going to have a great field this year. The crew seminars are going on. We had one this weekend, the 29th and 30th. Fred and Rick ran those, and they were a great source of information, so if you are a new RAM rider or crew or team, it would behoove you to join in on the February one. Down there's the link to find out more information about the crew seminars. I highly recommend it. I think Lee does too.
Oh, yes. And we were just talking. I do miss the in-person ones because it was so glad to meet so many people there. I think I may have been to 4 or 5 of those.
Definitely.
Heard Fred give his story over and over again. I could give it for him after a while.
Yep.
But that's not the important thing. It was the meeting people, and but there is a lot of information there. I don't know how you could possibly consider doing RAM without having been to one of those seminars.
I totally agree. Definitely worth the money.
Yep.
All right, and we will be doing some live coverage this year of the 2022 Sebring 24-hour race. I'll be down there crewing and covering the event live. So definitely we'll have some more information on how we're going to broadcast the live streams coming up.
Well, as soon as we figure it out.
There you go. And a good announcement for those Zwift riders out there that want to follow us on OhioRAAM. We have an OhioRAAM Zwift Club. Easy for me to say tonight. We'll be doing group rides regularly. To get in the club, follow me on Zwift and send me a message that you'd like to join the club, and I'll send you an invite.
Great.
Some self-gratification here. I'll be broadcasting some RGT stuff for VCN this week, Northern California Tuesday Nighter Race, as well as the Heroica Series. And it's a lot of good racing out there. Check us out on the live stream. And we're going to have a special event coming up on RGT. We're going to do the time station rides here in Ohio. We're going to do those virtually, riding the exact elevation from last year. The scenery will be different, but it'll be the exact course that we ride during RAM. So that'll be fun, and there'll be more information coming about that.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a good time. And I wanted to mention our time stations again: 41 in Oxford, 42 in Blanchester, 43 in Chillicothe, and great group of people out there, and we're updating our website, and that's OhioRAAM.bike. So we've got all the links to our social media, other important information and resources about OhioRAAM and Race Across America itself, as well as OhioRAAM show. So check us out. And we do have some upcoming shows coming on. Check them out on Facebook. And I think that's about it, Lee. Well, no, I do want to hit a couple more things. Again, we would talk about the signs. Mike, the sign guy, there's a link to donate down there that helps us. All those signs were basically paid for by him and some of us in the past. So it's all a self kind of funded thing. So if you want to help, click that, scan that link and help us out.
Okay.
And I wanted to thank some of our partners, which we haven't done recently. We're Race Across America. Thank you for letting us be part of this. A great group, Spiegel Bikes, the bike of RAM, as well as Infinity Seat. And the City of Oxford, the Village of Blanchester, the City of Chillicothe, and 10 Buck Bike Club. We appreciate y'all.
Okay.
One more thing, real quick. And we got a special going on with 10 Buck. You get a free trial, 6-month free membership if you send an email to admin 10 Buck Bike Club with your first and last name, and you'll get an invite. It's a great social media platform for cyclists, made by cyclists. So there's not a lot of garbage out there, no ridiculing, and we've got a lot of good experts out there. So join us up, and it'll be a great time. Thank you.
Yeah, we only allow positive thoughts here on the OhioRAAM show.
Definitely.
Too.
No negativity.
No negative stuff.
Too much of that in the world as it is.
You betcha. You betcha. And Jim, I just want to say a word. I think probably most people know by now that Christy Tracy is out of the hospital. It looks
Definitely.
like she's doing well. I don't know how long her recovery is going to take, but she's got a good mental attitude from what I can tell.
Yes.
But our wishes go out to Christy, and Christy, you've been so good to us here on the show. We just want to wish you everything good.
Give a couple of shout outs real quick to some people that are already posting out there. Doug Shivington. Hey, Doug. See you in Sebring.
Yeah.
And Joshua. I got you. We'll send you one, Josh.
Okay. And so next week, let's get on to that here. We're going to have another guest on.
Hello, my name is Shakti Raja. I live in Virginia, but I fly the flag of India in bike races. I will guest on the OhioRAAM show this coming Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Thursday, the show will publish the schedule for the show right here with the time in your part of the world. I hope you'll join me. I look forward to your comments and questions which you post during the show. Thank you very much.
Okay, looking forward to chatting with you. He had a bit of a disappointment. He had an injury, which has taken him out of Race Across the West this year. But I said, well, we'd already scheduled you to talk, and we want to get acquainted with you, so we'll be talking with him next week. Have we got any other? Oh, we got to talk about, we don't have a prize selected.
No, we didn't talk about that.
Oh, heck. Let's give them a mouse pad.
Excellent. We'll do that. That'd be awesome. I've got mine right here also. Underneath my mouse that I was clicking buttons on.
How could you go through life without an OhioRAAM show mouse pad? But the only way you can get it is by winning here. And how you win is by posting a comment, which puts you in the hopper. I sure hope we get more comments than we did last week, Jim.
Definitely. We need even if you don't want to ask a question, just tell us where you're from and say hello. Yes.
Where part of the world you live in. But
definitely.
Joshua, where are you from? Let me know.
Definitely.
Let us know. Hey, we've talked too much. Let's get the guy in here. Guy Stapleford in High Wycombe. Is that it, Guy?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hello.
I know I've been through that town.
It's on the edge of London, so you
Yeah.
may have been.
I think approaching from the west, I may have gone through there or by there as I was getting to that motorway around the city. Does
Yep.
that
that's
sound
right. Yeah,
possible? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You're pretty good. So yeah, M25 is probably what you're thinking of.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Guy, thanks for being with us.
No, thank you.
You had to abort a couple months ago because you were
Yeah.
out in the middle of the ocean or something
We-
like
we-
that. Didn't have a
we were.
signal.
Yeah,
bet you're
we
on
were on a
land
Disney
now,
cruise.
You're on land.
On land,
Yeah,
very
I
much on
remember you,
land.
Joshua, now that you put up Troy, Ohio,
Yep.
in our neighborhood there. Yep,
Ooh.
yep, I remember you.
Definitely.
Guy, we just stumble around here.
That's okay. Don't worry.
Tell us about yourself.
Definitely.
What would you like to know? What would you like us to know about you? Tell us about something about yourself other than the fact that you're a cyclist.
Ooh. I'm a new cyclist. I'm not. I'm. You know. The fact that the solo category's gone up to 45 odd just reminds me how much of a novice rookie I really am to all this. But no, I'm super excited to do Race Across America. It's
Awesome.
It's been a long time coming in my world, anyway. Well, who am I? I don't know. I've been cycling for 5 years. Why did I choose Race Across America? Well, you know, I just thought, well, what's the hardest thing I can do on the bike? And
There you go.
Google told me it was Race Across America. So
Yes.
here I am.
So you picked that one. Great.
I've never tried that, but is that what Google says? Is that the hardest bike?
Well, I mean, it said other things, but
Yes.
I just, you know, Race Across America just kept coming up because, you know, it's hard for lots of different reasons, isn't it? As you guys know, it's, you know, it's not just the fact that it's a race, it's the time, you know, that you get to do it in, the elevation, you know, the weather, the heat, the cold. I just think, you know, that's what attracted me, really. You know, as a person, I'm probably one of those classic overachievers in life that, you know, nothing's ever good enough, nothing's ever hard enough. So yeah, I just wanted to test myself against Race Across America, and yeah, it's been an amazing 5 years to get here, really. So yeah, and I'm just very grateful for that, and meeting some amazing people along the way, which is cool. So, but off the bike, you know, I'm a dad. I've got two kids myself, and one with my partner. We live just outside London. I work in social housing, which is a very fulfilling job in terms of, you know, the company I work for. We help the most vulnerable people in society, you know, giving them a home, which is an amazing thing. And yeah, I'm 40 as well this year, which is,
Awesome.
you know, Ram's 40, I'm 40.
There you
know,
go.
it must mean something, right?
Definitely. That's good karma right there.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Well, that's I would love to talk about giving people a home. I think that's wonderful.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, that's great.
Maybe for another show we'll talk about that.
Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, cycling is a relatively new love. Doug, how many bikes am I going to bring? Well, 2, hopefully. You know, I'm really kind of feeling my way through Race Across America and learning from some amazing people. James McDonald was a 2016 soloist. He's been really kind with some great advice, and a couple of chats we've had recently just to help me along the way. And my coach Pav, who's an endurance cyclist himself. He attempted to cycle Route 66 a few years ago. So yeah, we're going to make a damn good stab at it, and I'm not going to say I'm going to win anything, but you know, I just would love to get to Annapolis and just feel happy with what I've done. I think, and certainly within the 12 hours. 12 days, 12 hours.
12 days, yes,
Let's talk a little bit about coaching. We mention this all the time and never talk much about it. Who is their coach again? What's her name?
Pav Bryan.
Okay. Now, how do you work with them? What kind of interaction do you have? I mean, kind of explain how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so as I said, I've been cycling 5 years and probably working with Pav probably about two and a half maybe years. So I sort of self-coached myself for a few years and realised that I wasn't really getting anywhere. I think anyone who's got a busy job or a family or social life will know how hard it is to balance all of those things and fit your training in. So yeah, I spoke to a few coaches and Pav and I just got on, clicked, in terms of personality and approach, and he's sort of been there before. So for me, that was a big thing of having a coach who kind of knew what I'd be going through and knew what I wanted to do and what I wanted to achieve. So yeah, that was that really. We just built the relationship on that. But in terms of day to day, how it works is we use a platform called Training Peaks, which a lot of people probably know. Pav will load my sessions on there for probably a month, and I just work my way through it. It works really well for me. I'm quite an ordered person. I like my life segmented and laid out, and I know what I'm going to do for the week. So for me, it's really helpful just to have that. I know what session I've got to do. I can just get on the bike and do it, and I can sort of plan my life around it when my kids are here, or when my partner and I want to have time together, or have dinner together, or whatever. It just works really nicely, and then we tend to speak, every few days, really, on the phone or WhatsApp or just via the comments on Training Peaks. So yeah, you're just bouncing around, really, and just it's nice to have that accountability of, if I know I'm not going to do a session, or not feeling great about it, then I know I've got that. I've got Pav's voice in the back of my head telling me just to shut up and get on the bike and get it done. And that's quite good. But yeah, absolutely, Joshua. I've done a few of those through the night sessions, and they never get easier. I'd love to say with training that it gets easier, but it doesn't. It just there's some way a coach can always find that pain point of making it really flipping difficult for you.
There you go. Do you do a mix of indoor and on the trainer, or is it all indoor right now, or vice versa? Or
I do a mix. Yeah, if I'm doing like a high intensity intervals or sprints, then I'll tend to do that indoors, just because I find it easier to do that without the pressure of traffic or junctions and stopping and starting. But if it's the long endurance base rides, I love getting outside. I just enjoy riding my bike. So any time to get outside and explore a new route or a new road is that's what gives me the buzz to keep going.
Gotcha.
So
what's the longest ride you've done so far, either in a race or by yourself on the road?
So 250 miles out on the roads. I've done a couple of 200 miler day after days, so 200 miles one day and 200 miles the next day. But we're just building up now.
Gotcha.
I've got a few events this year that'll hopefully put me in a really good place to get to June in a really great physical and mental state, and fingers crossed.
Yeah, Kevin Storr there said "Go Guy," which means his name is in the hopper for a prize.
Absolutely. Hello, Kevin.
Yes.
Hello, Kevin.
So anybody else wants to get their name in there, just see, that's all it took. Just "Go Guy," or
yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Definitely.
just so happy to be watching the show or whatever. Jim and Lee are the smartest people I know.
There you are.
Nothing
More Guy,
like
less Jim and Lee, right? There you go.
Anything will work.
Surely not.
Yeah.
So say this past week, what was your training like this past week, Guy?
This week is probably a really bad example, because we've had the most
give
awful
me a good
colds
example,
in this house. I mean, this week. So what I'd probably end up doing this week is I'll do a couple of high intensity sessions between an hour and an hour and a half, couple of days apart, and then around that I'll do 90 minutes to 2 hours base riding. all sort of gearing up to the weekend where normally I'll do Friday, I'll do an hour intensity intervals, sprint intervals. Then Saturday I'll do all day riding. So, try and be out for 350 kilometers. And then Sunday morning, get straight up and do an hour and a half on the bike, and then pick my kids up, have a fun day with the kids, and then start all over again. So it's just trying to build, that fatigue and being able to deal with the fatigue, because everyone says about how you have to get through that point of tiredness and sleep deprivation, and if you can't push your body past that, it's very difficult. And someone said something to me years ago about the famous ride here in the UK is obviously John O'Groats to Land's End, the north to south ride. Yep. And they said to me about, you've just got to treat that day after day riding as a job. You have to get up in the morning, you have to get dressed, and you go out and you do your job. And your job is just riding a bike. And if you treat it like that, it becomes sort of easier in a way, because you just you kind of get on with it and do it. So that's how I treat my riding. Really, it's just I know I've got to do it. Riding my bike doesn't pay the bills, but it in terms of Race Across America, it should pay off.
I think Fred Bothling has a saying: "How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time."
There you go. Exactly.
I like it. That's good. Yeah, I like it.
Does your coach also help with your nutrition, or do you have a nutritionist that's helping you work that out?
Yeah, I've had some nutritional support. So I've got irritable bowel syndrome, which was made worse by some other health issues I had. But yeah, so for me, I've taken gluten and dairy out of my diet, which have been a massive help, really, in terms of sitting on the bike. You for that period of time that we do in the ultra distance world, you put your stomach under a lot of pressure, and for me, just giving it as much possible chance of being stable as possible is a good thing. So yeah, I tend to eat things that I know I can trust. So Race Across America for me will probably be quite a high liquid diet. Like carbohydrate based drinks, Ensure shakes, things like that, just to ease my stomach into it. Probably 3 or 4 days in, I'll be all right, I think. But yeah, it's just that initial hump of stress that we need to get through, really. So,
Guy, when you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and start thinking about this, what is it that doesn't let you go back to sleep?
What about Race Across America?
Yeah.
Oh God, everything. It's mad. So I haven't ever done a bike race.
Wow.
So this is
totally
is
new experience.
Yeah. So I will. This will be my. I've signed up for a few this year, ultra races, but this will be my first big bike race. Only because I was scared of riding in a group, right? Being new to it all, and I like riding on my own. I'm not afraid to admit that. But what keeps me awake, I think the things that I'm probably most conscious of are my stomach and my nutrition, because that's been my Achilles heel. I signed up for VRAAM 2019, wasn't it? And I got about 2.5 days into it and was really ill, unfortunately, and took a bit of time off the bike, finished it, but not in any way how I wanted to. So yeah, we've learned a lot just by doing things like that, and I've done an awful lot of big rides, big days. So I know how my body works, but it is just testing it in that heat, under the pressure and the conditions, and it'll be interesting. I think for me, having someone like Pav that I've got a really great relationship with, that I really trust as my crew chief as well. So him being my coach and my crew chief, I think does let me get back to sleep, because I know he's got my back, and I know he's got my best intentions, and I know he knows me as well. So I think for me that just kind of gives me a bit of peace of mind and comfort.
Awesome.
That when we get out there and I'm crying saying I want to stop, he'll just give me a gentle slap and say, no, get back on.
Yeah, we'll get back to Simon's question real quick. What are you looking forward most riding RAM besides the finish?
All of it, I think. Everything. I've been to New York City, so I've seen a very small piece of America, and I'm looking forward to just seeing all of what RAM can give me. And I think the people as well. You guys, just talked about it at the start. Just how many people come out to the roadside and cheer you on. I think that's just gonna be amazing, and hopefully keep me going a bit. Meeting some of the other riders, some of the guys out there I know of, but from social media, and obviously because of their own accomplishments. So yeah, it'd be nice to see people and put names to faces and shake hands and see them on the road. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about your charities. We should have gotten to that sooner, but we got interested. That's always the problem. We get talking about cycling. You've got two charities. I take a look at them online.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what they're about. Tell us about them.
Yeah, absolutely. So I picked two children's charities local to me that I wanted to support. The Pace Centre, they are a school education centre and therapy centre and support for children and families with cerebral palsy, which is a motor condition. So they look after about 400 children a year through their two schools and centre. And yeah, they do a whole range of things from, baby massage to, giving kids the tools to be able to communicate. So, some of the children can't speak, or they might not be able to walk or use their limbs. But what Pace do is give them the tools to communicate and live a really fulfilled life, hopefully. And I just really admire the passion and the hard work that they do for those kids and their families, because I think it's such an amazing thing. And I think for me, both charities they allow these kids and young adults to live their full potential in life. And I think that's certainly something that on a very personal level, I got a second chance at life, and I think kind of being given that opportunity is just so important. And the second charity, Action4Youth, they're a children's and young person charity, and they help children from predominantly disadvantaged backgrounds to learn life skills, essentially. So they've got an outdoor centre where they take them rock climbing and rafting and doing team building stuff, but they also give them job skills as well. So helping them write CVs and interview practice. So it's giving these guys a really good head start in life. And as I say again, that's just really important. So for me, have riding for them with their logos on my back will keep me going. And I've been really lucky that when I've been out on rides before, they've sent me lovely messages and videos from the kids cheering me on, which is
awesome.
Which is really nice. So I'll be sure to hopefully get some of those when I'm out in America
awesome.
too. And
those are very commendable. Having cerebral palsy myself, I understand that concept.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
There you go.
And Jim is a overcomer, as we all advocate here, and
amazing
ultra cycling. Now, if you want to learn more about guys' charities, on the OhioRAAMshow.com website, at his video right below it, you'll see the show notes, which links to these two charities. Some more there. There's also one link there I want to point out, is where if you'd like to donate in the name of Guy, you can click on that and drop a dime or a pence or a quid or whatever.
Dollars and pounds. We don't care. Whatever you want to give.
Euro, whatever.
Yeah. You'll take them all. And
I will.
you can find out more about them. And there's a link there to his website. During the race, which is the best place to follow you, Guy?
Probably on social media. We're taking a crew, obviously, but we're going to try and, as people do, make a little bit of a story out of it as well, and share the pain and the happy times as well. So if you just search Guy Stapleford Ultra on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, then you'll find me.
Well, there's a link there to follow him on Follow Guy on Facebook. There's also a link to his Twitter where you can follow him as well.
Definitely.
So, Jim,
thank you.
Get yourself ready here to run this.
Well, I'm getting ready for that. Got one. Do you have any sponsors you want to give a shout out to, or anything like that? Absolutely,
yes. I'm very much a rookie without any race wins or accolades to my name. So I'm really grateful that people like DHB, who are an amazing cycling brand, big in the UK but all over the world, Velaskin, chamois cream, keeping me comfortable in the saddle, and Kendall Minko, who are fueling me with some great gluten-free carbohydrate drinks. I'm a coach, Pav. He's a really lovely guy, and if you're looking for coaching in the ultra cycling world or triathlon, then speak to Pav. Genuinely couldn't be here without him. So yeah, thanks, Pav. I'm a partner as well. Obviously, I probably should thank her because she is behind me 100%. Which I'm sure anyone who does this sort of thing will know. You kind of need that support team behind you, and Louise, my partner's fantastic.
Excellent.
So.
Well, I think we've probably got everybody in here who's going to be in here, Jim.
All right, excellent.
Let's spin it. See who gets this wonderful
All right, here we go.
So round and round she goes, and you think you won, and then you haven't.
I'm not going to say anything this week.
No, don't.
Because I called it early. John Jarvis.
Okay, so now John got his name in there.
There you go.
He just got in there, and okay.
And send your info to winner@OhioRAAMshow.live, and we'll get that mouse pad out to you, sir. Congratulations.
You betcha. Just get us the information, and we'll get it to you. Wow, Guy, it's been great talking to
definitely.
you. And we really appreciate having you here.
No, thank you so much. No, I really appreciate it.
We'll be cheering you along as you come through our time stations in Ohio, definitely.
Oh, no, absolutely. I'll make sure I try and stop and
excellent.
Say hi.
And Jim will be right there at 43 in Chillicothe right before.
Yes, right before you.
I mean, you can see the hills from 43, and just don't look over there and say what's coming. Because that's just the start of them.
Okay,
just the start of them. Hey, thank you so much. Thanks everybody for watching. Hey, we had a lot of good comments. A lot of good likes and loves from so many people. We appreciate that. Thumbs up, shares, anything like that helps get the word out about ultra cycling. Anything else you have to share with us, Jim?
Not this week. We'll do some more announcements next week and some more information. So,
we're just packed with information.
We are.
Okay. Listen, thank you, everybody. Hey, Greg Zuber, where are you at?
That's right.
This is Gregory Zuber, thanking you for watching and sharing.
Music by Kevin MacLeod.